butterfly effect of what you do today. Something that you did today would have affected something else in the world, somewhere around the world. But can you imagine if you lost 10 kilos or 15 kilos or 30 kilos and changed your overall health for the better? How many people in the world do you think that'll affect? Who would like to look and feel great? To bounce out of bed in the morning? Who bounced out of bed this morning? Honestly, did anyone really just bounce out of bed? Wouldn't you just love to every day? Energy, guys. Lose weight. Anyone here want to lose weight? Guys, this is my passion. This is why I love to lose weight. You've got to be using fat as a fuel. That's the key. If you decided for 7 weeks, and there was a study done, to go and live back like our ancestors did, or the indigenous Australians, if you went and lived in the bush like a hunter-gatherer, or you went on Survivor or went in Big Brother, you'll probably lose weight pretty quickly because you're not eating all that rubbish that's So guys, go back and live in the bush and you will definitely lose weight. Absolutely guaranteed. Because why? You hunt for your food, you do lots of movement, you're eating real food, there's no labels on the food, you have to move a lot and eat basically real food. Well, here's a few options if you want to take notes. These are the most probably important points. Reducing carbohydrate across the board is the big killer. We were told back in the 80s and 90s, the food pyramid said you must eat all your breads and rices and grains and fruits and vegetables and pasta and those types of things. And we just were stocked up on them because we thought they were great. Low in fat, high in carbohydrate. It must work. Low fat, high carb. And generally what that means now, today, if it's low fat, it's generally beware. Be really wary of it. Because lollies are low fat. They're 99% fat free, 99.9. But that's a bit of a gimmick, isn't it, really? Because what's it just full of sugar and energy? So there's lots of forms of carbohydrate out there. We'll talk a bit about it. We want you to increase your protein. We'll talk a bit about that as well. We want you to reduce your consumption, not only of saturated fats, which are an enemy, but today there's a new type of fat, trans fats, and you want to learn about this stuff. It's so deadly. That's the bad one. There's a lot worse to overload on trans fats, and they're in a lot of man-made foods or fast foods, and they make food last longer. If we brought a cheeseburger up on stage, we could have brought a cheeseburger up here 3 months ago, and you know it would still look identical. They're all the trans fats. Reduce the consumption of alcohol. That is a problem to some degree, but consider the timing and the types. The timing's important, okay? Really important. You need to know when's a good time to eat these foods. There's certain ways you should eat if you're wanting to lose weight. There's certain ways you should eat if you're wanting to maintain your weight. So you've got to know what stage you're in, and I'll talk a lot about that. And supplementation. Today, supplementation is key, and we're going to talk to you about that tonight. And if you're not supplementing or you don't know much about it, then it's just up to you to learn. We'll give you the information. You're going to drop your metabolic rate? That's bad. So what's one of the fastest ways to drop your metabolism? There might be a prize. Stop eating? Yeah. Dieting. So what happens if you go on a diet? Metabolic rate will slow down, I guarantee you. We generally walk the perimeter, because that's where all the real food is. Up and down the aisles, very minimally do we go in there. Sometimes you need some canned or long life food, but go for the real food options. There's a real good tip there. I'll go to the butcher or the fruit. If they got on the scales one day after starting their program and it said 1 kilo less, would it make them excited, or would they be, oh... It's the most important part of the program is day 1, and then the most important part is day 2 and 3 and 4. And if I get you to day 4, you're sold. That's all we do, and we coach you how to get to that stage. It's not what we eat between Christmas and New Year that's the problem. It's what we've eaten between New Year and Christmas that was the problem. So we don't worry about it too much over that time, and I think if you do worry about it, then get a life. Seriously, I think there's a period there where you've got to splurge a little bit. But what you do know is you do know how to get that weight back pretty quickly. To eat food, you need to snack. You can snack 12 times a day if you want. In fact, if you do snack 12 times a day, you've got a better chance of losing weight. I'll guarantee that. 6 times a day, it's great. 7, 8, 9, 10 is better. But it's what you snack on, and it's if you have little gaps in between as well, and small portions, because our body's like a fire. It just wants to burn, but we've got to put little bits of wood on it all the time, rather than a big lump at night. That's what happens. If you do eat your pasta and your rice and your bread and your high carbohydrate foods on their own, you're having a spike in your sugar. And your body has a massive downer, and then you get hungry again. And all you're doing is you're chasing spikes from all day long. He's carbohydrate chasing. I could really go for some more carbohydrate. I crave some lollies or crave something. This program, I guarantee, gets rid of cravings if you do that correctly and you do our jumpstart days. You will not crave food. In fact, that's one of the most common testimonials we get, is a little bit against what we see on TV, because it's not applicable to all of us. How would we do that kind of routine every day, 6 hours in the gym? It's just, probably a lot of people sitting at home thinking, there's no way I could do that. I'll have to just be destined to be like this for my life, and it's not like that. And I've had some clients, friends, mates, that have lost as much weight as people on the show at the same time, and they weren't doing all those crazy exercise routines. So what do I require you to do? You need to wear a pedometer, guys. This is one of the most powerful tools you could possibly get. It's so cheap, they're just so effective. What's better than this is having someone at the end of each day asking you, how many steps did you get yesterday? And I've got a guy who text messages me every day now because he needs to. Some people even take a photo of it and send it through to prove it. And I just got one today, 10,010, 10,030. He's just eating enough to prevent the deficiencies that are out there. So we're eating enough to prevent scurvy and beriberi, those RDIs, so you don't get scurvy. But we're not eating anywhere near enough to prevent diseases. Hence why we're all dying now of cancer, heart disease. Society now has given us so many options to snack on that are just basically all sugar. We need to get something in our body that's convenient. Now, I carry a protein bar with me most of the time because that's much more convenient than carrying around chicken breast or turkey in my pocket, because of obvious reasons. But I could easily open this up, take a bite, be on the plane to wherever I'm going, put it back in my pocket,